Well, this is Druid4574, and welcome back for another ship build. At last we come to it, combat build, but because it's so complicated, there are multiple ways we can take a combat build, and so I'll do different videos for different combat builds. The first one I'm going to do is is kind of my favorite style, which is a general, like, Warship kind of build. So this is meant to sustain heavy damage and deal out a lot of punishment, but without any of the abilities that, say, a pirate ship would have, which would be like following someone jump to jump or pulling them out of super grooves using an interdictor. So yeah, we're going to avoid that stuff and instead focus on taking damage and dealing out as much as possible. So, I'm going to have to get rid of these old mining lasers and such, and outfit this with weapons that I think will do us some good. So I'm trying to find out where these weapons are located on the ship. It looks like I have these two big ones in the front here, more or less like a fighter. And then these smaller ones, I think we're looking at the underside on the left and right, perhaps under the wings. These might be a good option for a gimbaled weapons, but I'm probably going to keep these as, fixed. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. So we've got these two to work with. So because we don't have a lot of things to work with, I'm not going to go super specialized with, plasma accelerator or missiles or any of that stuff. Instead, we're going to go real simple, just with multi-cannons and lasers. So for these larger ones, these fixed ones, I'll put the highest class fixed multi-cannon I can get, which, as you can see here, does more damage over time and per shot than the gimbaled or turreted versions of the same class, that is to say. We just want to do maximum possible damage, so we'll keep it that way. So we're going to take these class 2E multi-cannons to replace these mining lasers. And then I'm going to put gimbaled, let's see, my favorite ones are usually the either pulse or beam. Beam on the gimbal is nice. They do continuous damage, and they don't have to worry about, like, missing, so to speak. So we're going to put gimbaled beam lasers on here. There we go. Okay, so that's the weapons. Now, we only have 2 utility mounts on the Cobra Mark III, but we're going to put them to use. So, although I don't have shields on this ship yet, we will definitely want shield booster, at least one. So I'll stick that on there. High class shield booster. Uses a lot of energy, but wow, it'll make our shields, it'll really give us a boost. So for the other one, I could either do another shield booster or something else. And I think I'm going to choose a heatsink launcher, because that can be super important in escaping, I think, especially if you're having problems and need to escape whatever the battle is. The heatsink launcher, I think, is one of the most useful utilities, so we're going to use that for the second. Yeah, so I'm going to revisit the core entral, but we're probably just going to keep it. We've got Class A everything except the life support, which is okay in a military-grade composite. I am happy with this. So yeah, basically like this, I have the same design for military, combat-oriented ships as I do for mining ships. Lots of hull strength and all that good stuff. As much power as you can get on it. So now the important part, we need to figure out these internals. So for sure, I'll want to get rid of these cargo racks because they're just taking up space. I don't need to pick up anything after, at least not the kind of combat we're going to be doing. So we will sell them in favor of a great big shield generator. I can figure out where that is. There it is. I think I've got one. I thought I had one in storage. Maybe. Let's see. I might have one in storage. Let's see. Transfer. Get the shield generator. There it is. Okay, transfer. Yeah, I don't have to spend another 1.5 mil. Love you guys, but this is my actual game currency, hard-earned cash. Okay, for a shield generator, that's going to be our most important thing here, and we've got 2 other class 4 epic things. So one of them, I'm going to use shield cells. I'm awfully fond of shield cells, and actually maybe that's not such a good idea because we're already, our power levels are already pretty high up there. So I'm thinking, let's get rid of some of this stuff and make sure the refinery isn't using up a bunch of power here. Yeah, that was using quite a lot of energy, so get rid of these limpets. Now we may even consider removing the fuel scoop as well if we need extra internals, but I think we're going to be fine. So yeah, why don't, let's see, I've got some ideas here. Yeah, okay, so let's try that with the shield cells. We might not be able to do the high class ones. They'll just take too much power, but we might be able to use one of these smaller ones. And it looks like not so much. Shield cells. Yeah, they use a lot of power. Energy that I do not have. This is confusing me, so I'm gonna back out of, outfitting for a moment, because I've got modules. Oops. I seem to be frozen. Okay, so I'm gonna have to relog. Sorry about that. And we'll pick this up here in a little bit. Okay, apologize for that. The game froze on me. So what I was gonna do is switch these modules so they're all over to number 1, and it's easier for me to see what's going on in the outfitting screen with power distribution. So we'll get back in there. Get to work. Okay, so let's try. I was thinking that those large shield cells are just too much of an energy hog, but maybe I can put a class 2 in here somewhere. Let's see, 2D. So yeah, we're going to be pretty much maxed out if we take these. So maybe I'll not do that now and make sure we're not going to use a lot of power for something else. So for sure, we're going to want hull reinforcement and module reinforcement in here just in case the shields do get breached. We're not going to be able to fit a lot in, but we'll make the best of what we can here with 2 class 2 hull and class 2 module reinforcement. I'll just give our hull a little bit of a boost. Okay, and yeah, so I still got these cargo racks, I still got internals here that I can work with, but our energy usage is going to be kind of maxing us out here. So, there's a question. What should I put on this ship? None of this stuff is really standing out, except the shield cells, which we can't really use. So, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try it, and we'll put the biggest one we can on here, but probably going to be a... Oh, so close. 15.62. Even the 1A is too much. Alright, so 2D looked like the one that I was going to choose just because it fits. And so we're going to use the 2D shield cell. Yeah, we're having the definitely hit the need more power problem, so I may just leave this extra internal compartment empty, or I guess we could put cargo rack in it or something. Yeah. We could also put like a discovery scanner on here so that I don't have to worry about scanning systems. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, there we go. So this is a basic combat build. We're just going to be able to take punishment. So my plan is we're going to take this out to a combat zone and do some fighting and see what happens. So I'll need to figure out these. So I have my shield cell bank mapped to the keyboard, key M, I think. That may even be the default, I'm not sure. I've forgotten. So, the beam lasers we're going to put on fire as 2, and the multi-cannons will be trigger 1. There's one other thing I have to look at, because we're using gimbaled weapons. I guess we don't need to worry about this forward fire turret mode, because we're gimbaled. Okay, so now the fun part is to figure out a place where we can go fighting. So how I like to do that is I'll set a filter in my galaxy map, and let's see, need to filter by state, and we'll try to find somebody who's at war or civil war, so that we have a high likelihood of encountering conflict zones. Let's see, I've never been here, so this would... see if we can find one I have been to. We may have to find out the fast way, so I guess I'll just choose this one, because I haven't been to any of these systems. So we'll go there and have a look. I guess I didn't assign the the discovery scanner to a group, so I can't use it. Haha. That's better. here's our target system. Form a honk and the usual when we get there, and then see if we can't find a conflict zone. Any old one will do for the purposes of this demonstration, so I will not be choosy. Okay, so not a lot going on in this system, so we'll have to use our scanners to see if we can find a conflict zone here. Well, it could very easily be out by this refinery. Let me just make sure that we are, in fact, at war here. Yeah, there should be definitely some conflict zones, so I'm going to fly out here and hope this is where the fighting is. This is like anywhere there's extraction going on, or anywhere near starports or outposts, the potential location. But we're too far out for the scanners to pick up the conflict zone.
Fuel scope disengaged.
Yeah, I'll look at my ship's status here, see how well we did with our combat build. Shield at 150. We're not going to be able to take a whole lot of pounding, so I'll be aware of that. However, we have quite a lot of armor health, so if the shields go down, we'll probably be alright for a little while, unless somebody targets our important internals. Yeah, cool. Still not close enough. Usually within 1,000 you're likely to be able to find them quickly. Sometimes signal sources will be good places to fight as well, but... Alright. See if there's conflict zone. Yeah, for sure. Just take one of these. I'll have to do the loop of shame because I went in full throttle here. I passed my target. Loop of shame indeed. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So, just approach here at a reasonable rate of speed. I'll get my weapons fire group out. We'll enter this conflict zone and pick a side and get to fighting. I think I'm going to keep my power distribution at balanced for now, because I don't know how this ship is going to react when I start using everything in combat. here we go. Quite a lot of ships out here. Deploy those weapons. Oh, that's nice. They're right out front. Okay, so choose a faction here and we're getting going. Who sounds good? The king or whoever these people are. I usually go with these people. Alright, we are now in combat, so I'll pick a target. That's a missile. How about that one? Ooh, yeah, we already got hit hard. Someone's got a... Oof, that did not take long. What? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna escape now. Ooh. Turned on silent running to try and avoid their attacks. Let's see if we can't get out of here.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Just
Warning.
hang out here in Super Cruise and try to recover from that. Ow! Got pummeled. Well, let's see. Did I take any major internal hits? Not really. Modules got hit, but we're generally pretty good shape except for the hull itself. Yeah, this is not the best combat vessel with the low shield strength. Alright, I'll shunt power over to systems so we can charge up that shield and get back in the fight. So what I've discovered about this is that because we took all that heavy shield damage really quickly, I wasn't able to react in time with the shield cell, so I'll have to go in there with my finger on the button and try to keep the shields up. I don't think we were using a lot of power for our weapons, so I'm just going to use one pip over there and a little bit of shields and mostly just have it on a little bit of engines and just mostly just have it on our ship systems. So maybe we should fight for the monarchy this time, because we got hammered pretty hard. Just for fun. I have no particular allegiances. But I'll have to watch my armor health. Basically, if the shields go down, I'm going to have to quit. I don't like 65% as a number to run with, so... Just the power here. Just get moving, so I'm not a sitting duck. Let's see. Let's pick the monarchy. Asp Scout. Let's attack it. Used up that weapons capacitor, alright. Firing a shield cell. This is not the best. Get out of here. Fire off another shield cell. Oh, this is not good. Oh, we're getting missiled. Fire off all the shield cells.
Temperature critical.
Not too concerned about that heat damage. Okay, just a little bit. Let's strange thing is I can't really tell what the level the shield cells are, so as far as I know there aren't any left. Yeah, I'll check that. Let's see. Shield cell launcher. Okay, yeah, we're out of shield cells.
Under attack.
Alright, now who's shooting? Okay, we've got multiple enemies on me. I'm getting out of here.
Frameshift drive charging.
That would be a successful escape, I think. Ha! Can't missile me in Super Cruise. Okay. So yeah, that's basic combat in a combat build. Fortunately, I wasn't able to actually destroy any ships, but I avoided dying, which is half the battle. Well, this has been Druid4574 with a combat vessel, not a pirate ship, but a combat take damage and deal it out as much as possible ship build, and thank you for watching.